to my channel. This is Let Us Talk with CMJ. You already know, and in case you're new here, you're welcome. On this channel we'll talk about faith, relationship, family, lifestyle, and lots more. And it's been such a long time I did a sit down video with you guys. Yeah, so it's so good to be back to your faces, sitting down and doing a proper sit down video. So thank you so much to all my supporters, to everyone that has talked with me all through the years. All the likes, the comments, the shares, they really mean a lot to me, and I'm so grateful. And as you can see, I'm not sitting down alone. I have with me my amazing friend and sister from way back. We met in SCCF during NYSC, and she's visiting. So how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good.
Let me just tell you guys something. This thing she's doing is not like she's doing it for me. She's naturally not this, you know, camera content creation person. Yeah, but then then she will join. She said when the next social media comes out, she'll start using it. Anyways, thank you so much. So I would like you to introduce yourself first before we go into.
Okay, so my name is Faye, and I'm a student, and I've kind of gone around different countries in the last 2 years, and it has been amazing. I've gone from Europe, countries like Belgium, to Greece, to France, to Hungary. I've been to the UK and to the US as well.
So I like how you started off saying that, because I wanted to ask you, how does it feel to have gone to so many countries? So I've been to so many countries in the last, few years. Like, how do you feel about that?
Okay, so for me, initially I was actually very excited, seeing that I would be going from one country to the other, which was quite interesting. But of course, from one country to another, there had been some kind of challenges, which at some point I was wondering if I actually made the right choice.
Wow.
Yeah, so, and here I am now. I'm actually grateful that I went through all those experiences. I met the people that I met, and I've learned different cultures, and I've spoken to different people with different perspectives to life. And I think, like, right now I've grown to actually be able to tolerate other people's opinion, and that I'm not actually always right.
That's so beautiful. Wow, that's one thing traveling around the world has taught you.
Yes.
Wow, that's so beautiful. So then I would like to ask, before we now go into the proper video, as you can already tell from thumbnail, we're talking about the struggles of being in the Western world that is not often talked about, because everybody knows that going out of the country to a Western world is like all bed of roses. But the truth is, there are some challenges and struggles that people that get out of, that stay out of the country actually face. And this is not to discourage anyone. If you desire to travel, please chase that desire. It's a beautiful thing to see the world beyond the four walls of where you were better and where you grew. So it's really beautiful. But there are some challenges that come with it, right?
Yeah, sure.
But before we go into that, I wanted to ask, going around the world and, looking back home, taking a memory lane back home where you came from, Nigeria.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Do you miss home?
I miss home. I miss home because I miss my family. I miss the food. I miss the people. I miss how people relate with each other back home. I miss the noise in Lagos.
You were in Lagos.
Yeah, so I really miss Nigeria. I love Nigeria. It was getting me out of Nigeria that made me realize how much I love actually being home, and made me appreciate even my family more.
So it means that the fact that you travel around the world does not take away the consciousness of home, where you're from, your roots. It doesn't leave you, no matter where you go. No matter how far you go, how wide you go in the world. That's beautiful. So let's just get right into it. What are the struggles of being in the Western world that you can tell us, so that anyone who is trying to move or something like that can actually prepare their mind? And even if nobody's trying to move, they can at least extend some graces to people like us that are out of the country, because maybe people just feel like it's all bed of roses and all that. So what are those struggles?
This is not actually to discourage anyone from actually moving out of the country, because I'm being sincere, it's a beautiful experience to meet new people and to actually share your own part of the culture. At some point while talking about my culture, I feel very proud because it's like letting people know where I come from and how I grew up. Like it is actually very beautiful. But I think the first thing that really got to me, not the first one that I experienced, but the first one on my priority list is the church thing.
Oh my God.
I won't call church a thing, the church itself, because there was no community for me to actually join and say that, oh, this is where I belong, this is where I serve, these are the people that matters to me. Having somebody to talk to, like, you know, when you have a pastor's wife that you actually go and speak to,
or in a department,
or a department or something. And actually, I started joining online church, but it really doesn't feel the same way over, like it never does, because eventually I noticed that when they are singing and dancing, I'm just on my bed watching everybody praising God. I never really stood up from my bed to actually dance, and all the eagerness is not there.
That connection.
I'm not dressed like I'm going to church.
Right.
I'm just in my pajamas or something, just lying on my bed and listening. And sometimes when it gets boring, I just sleep off and I wake up and see that, oh, the YouTuber. Yes, that's the truth. So it never really feels the same way.
Yeah, wow. That's I can relate totally.
I think the other one was racism. And so let me share this experience of mine with you. I moved into like a shared apartment when I first moved out of the country. And then because while coming, I brought in some of our food, like dried fish and all. And then I made food. And then my landlady was like, oh, something that you cook smell a lot. And so she had to actually eject me out of the house.
Oh my goodness.
And it was that bad that I was crying over and over, like every day, before I actually got a new apartment. And so I find out that there's this thing called racism that sometimes is very subtle as it is. It touches you because you don't have people of the same color, people of the same culture that you can talk to. Okay, so for example, I don't want to mention him. I have a particular classmate of mine that was in the bus one day, and nobody was actually sitting beside him, in front of him, or at his back, just because he's black. And the moment he moved out, everybody just like parted way for him, like something was wrong with him. So there are a series of other subtle things like that just happens, and you just feel like, oh, I'm not part of this community. It makes you feel like you are totally out of it, like you were never part of the community at all. And I think in Nigeria, we kind of accept people no matter where they come from. So if we see somebody in the white skin and we say, oh, this person has just come, everybody gathers to actually give things and all of that. But no, it's not the same way here. The way they stare at you in the supermarket, stare at your skin, stare at your hair, and especially when you now wear maybe Ankara or something, the way they stare at you, like, is something wrong with this one or something. I've actually seen people backing babies and they are being stared at because that is not the norm here. And you know, it's a different thing when you are being stared at and you are being admired.
Yeah, you can tell what this stare
means. It looks like a stare coming from a place of disgust.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that I feel like, okay, racism can be subtle, but because you are alone, you just moved out. So you need people to actually talk to. You get to notice all those things. Apart from being subtle, some people can actually do it to your face. They don't want to talk to you. They don't want to listen to you. Especially when you have a classmate or somebody that is like that and doesn't want to talk to you, or in fact, you don't want to talk to them because you already see the kind of attitude they have towards you. But then you are being put in a group to actually do a group work together, and they are being very nonchalant about it just because you are in the group. So that's something that it can be subtle, it gets to you, and even if the person is doing it to your face and all these things that I'm in Nigeria, I'm bold, I can do this, cannot get to me, it's a lie. You will feel it, and sometimes you go to your room and you will cry, like, no, this is not it.
Yeah, wow. that racism thing, yeah, it's a thing. And I think there was something we said earlier this afternoon that if we really look at the root of it, I feel like many of them are just intimidated by us. I think so, because
Yeah, I feel like
I've seen some things, and I really in these few months I've learned to celebrate Nigerians and Africans generally, because I see that there are some our way of life, our and some other things I don't even want to mention online, but when I look at it, I'm like, no, we are blessed, we are, and I think that they know it, and then they feel intimidated, so they just come with that and that bully people and all of that. So what else? What
wait,
others?
let me just mention this. Some of them actually admire us.
Yeah.
Like they totally admire
Yeah,
us.
it's
I've
not
seen
everyone.
someone come to me to actually touch my hair and say, I've seen somebody say, when you lose your hair, can I see it? I've seen someone say, can you make my hair for me? Just the way it is on your hair. Yeah, I've seen someone said, oh, I wish, just at the beach one day, a colleague of mine was like, oh, I wish I had some melanin and then I can take some pictures, sit on that rock. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. That's some talk from admiration, not from the other one. But when you are being looked at with disgust, you know it.
Yeah, you know it.
Yeah. So for Sister Christy here, I would say that, oh, she's lucky because she's married, and yeah,
but
that
you know that
even
that being married, you know, I still say that it's so lonely.
Yeah.
And then I now imagine you and a lot of people.
Without being legally married to a partner and all of that. So
oh my goodness.
For me, I felt, oh, I love to stay in my room. I don't go out even while I was in Nigeria. You would not see me. Yes, go. You can see me in the confines of my room, being very noisy and all of that. But I can't dress up and just go out. Yes, and I thought that it would be easier for me to actually do that, because of course that's what I do even while in Nigeria. But no, it was different, because I noticed over the time that while in Nigeria, I go to church, I go to work, I go to school, I meet people and talk to them. Yeah. But I discovered that if I don't have a class or I don't have to go to the lab for 2-3 weeks, I'm in my room doing nothing, and if nobody calls me, I practically talk to nobody that day, except I have to go to maybe a store to actually get something. So is that bad? That the loneliness, sometimes you wouldn't know when it starts to creep into depression. In fact, there was a particular day that I woke up, I cooked, I ate, I watched movies. I wasn't going anywhere. And at night, I said, can I still talk? Talk. I said, okay, you can talk. Your vocal cords are working right. I had to call my dad to
you edge your own voice.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I discovered that I used to act like, oh, I'm a one-man mopole in Nigeria, which, no, it really wasn't like that. I actually cannot go anywhere without being accompanied or actually accompanying someone. I don't have the boldness to just stand up from my room, dress, and just talk. No, I can't do it. So even to go and buy groceries for myself, it was really hard. And one more thing, because in Nigeria now, you always, if you can't order food, your neighbor will have food. At that point, I can't eat bland food. If I don't cook, I don't eat. So I have to cook to eat. I was solely responsible for myself. So that's one other thing that I know, that loneliness is one thing.
Oh my goodness. So on this loneliness path, what would you advise anybody to like do? Is there a way to control it? Do you think there is a way to go around it?
Actually, I think yes. First of all, I made some error on my own part. I feel like I didn't communicate properly well to my loved ones that this is actually happening and I feel this way. But instead, they were getting the hits of what they were not the cause for. Yeah, so I feel like I should have communicated properly and said, oh, I feel this way at this moment and I think I need help. Eventually, I feel like if I'd said all those things to them, they would have called me more, engaged me more, make me feel like, oh, we are here for you and all of that. But no, I kept quiet and I was enjoying it. I felt like, oh, I can do it. And another thing I feel like any other person can do is that if you know that you don't have people that you can rely on to actually stand or be in gap for you in that kind of space, I feel like you should form an habit before you leave Nigeria or any country that you are in. Not an habit like not Netflix and chill, because it doesn't take you out, or it doesn't, I don't know, but I tried Netflix and chill. For me, it didn't work because I kept watching movies and I was tired at some point. So I feel like forming an hobby that you are interested in, or not even one, please, a couple of hobbies that you know that you can do on your own, just by yourself, without any other person. When you get to a new community, a new place, please look for a community that you can join. For example, like an African community, but please be careful about your values and your beliefs, so that you don't mix with people that you would naturally not mix with. I was talking to a friend some weeks back or months back, and I told her that she complained about the kind of friends she had seen where she moved to, and I said that I think it's because of the fact that these people would naturally have not been your friend if not for the situation that you are in. It's because this person is the only person that you could have actually made friends with. If you had a range of people, you would choose somebody of the same value and all, but you guys came together to a new country, so it was friendship by force or by situation. And so because values did not align, you were supposed to depart at some point. So don't feel bad because that happened at any point. It doesn't make you right or wrong. It doesn't make the other person right or wrong as well.
Wow, that's some points right there. So what else? Okay,
so I think one other one is this communal thing that we have, especially in Nigeria. And I've lived with people from Asia, especially people from Bangladesh and I think Philippines, Asian countries. Some of them actually have this communal living. That's okay. For example, I'm going out, I have my I can drop my kids with the neighbor, and you are sure that the kid is safe. For example, when I was in Nigeria, my grandmother left the country, and I was alone in the house. But before she left, she told the woman downstairs that, oh please, I have my granddaughter upstairs, and please help me take care of her. She was gone for like 3 months before she eventually came back. But then the woman downstairs kept checking up on me when I go to work, when I come back, and all of that. And there's this thing to actually help each other. I don't have to necessarily know you to help you.
God bless you.
That's the thing. But I don't think they have it.
They mind their business. Like they literally don't care about.
And it's not like they are selfish. No, they are not selfish. It's just out there. They believe that, they don't even know their next door neighbor. You can. I was in a school dorm for 6 months basically, and I didn't know the person just at my right and my left. Like I never actually saw them, and I was wondering that if it's Nigeria, I stayed in Awolowo Hall in UI. Exactly. I will shout that Joe, I have gari, I need sugar. People will come out and give me sugar. I cook rice without stew. People will give you stew and meat. You get it? It's different. But here, like, once you don't have anything, in fact, if you are not working, you can't eat and you can't survive.
Oh my goodness. You remember when we were out this afternoon and I had just 1% left, and the ticket to get into the bus was on the phone, and just the fear of, so that I will be able to enter, and then you told me that
I was very bold. I said, let me ask her.
You first said that let's ask her now. There was this lady, I don't even want to mention where she's from so that it doesn't look like we're trying to paint people from that place, but everything we're saying, there are exceptions to it. There are people that would care for you, there are people that would not mind their business, they want to be here, but it's rare. So initially it's as bad as you can, if you go to them, please, how can I get so please, you just say I don't know, and in my head I'm like, you've been living, this is your country, how don't you know? Like they are just so, they just like figure it out. That's why there's a map, so you don't even need to go and ask somebody how can I get so they expect that, check your map. So we had asked for what time the bus would get to where we were from her, because we didn't have we couldn't check from our phone. and she had responded in a way. So
let me be very specific. It was around 5:10 or something.
Yeah.
And we said, oh, what time would the boss be leaving? And she just said 22.
And now asked her,
what?
I said, wait, what's 22? Like, is it in the night or what? Obviously, she probably didn't know what she was saying. And then she answered in a way. So she saw that she was using power bank. And so she was not like, let's go and let's actually ask her. Just I said, this one, she will not answer. She said, no, don't worry, I'll go. I said, ask. She said, no, I will go.
Exactly.
I said, okay. I selected my phone, she went
to the woman. And I said, oh, hi, good afternoon. Please, I need to charge my phone to Bluetooth because my ticket to enter the bus is it. And she said, no. What did she even say?
She said, I'm out too. I'm out too. Like, she does not have battery. And I know it's a lie. Do you know since when we've been standing there that our this thing has been plugged in? So if it was a Nigerian, see, even if that no, that's simple. If that Nigerian is a thief, maybe somebody that goes to steal in the night in people's house, it does not matter. That person will still give you to charge your phone because, in fact, you didn't even need to explain too much. But now hearing what you need it for, a typical Nigerian would actually give you to boost it.
You know,
so that's like an example.
I think it was Greece or something, and there was a baby crying in the bus, and I'm like, of course now, like, we'll carry babies, like help the mother and all. But because nobody was standing up, everybody was looking at the woman. I sat down, so it's not like it was one Nigerian girl that actually killed. But it was weird to see a child throw tantrum for over 30 minutes.
And hear nobody say,
I
love these examples you are giving. Because in Nigeria, you see someone, what happened to her? Like, even if they won't carry, they will at least talk. Follow me. I be kilo fair. What does he want? Give me water.
If the grandma is in the bus, she would obviously take the child, and they have this way of petting the child. I looked around. They were elderly couples that I'm sure as grandkids, but everyone was just quiet, pressing their phone or looking out of the and the child threw tantrum for over 30 minutes. I felt very bad and uncomfortable, but I can't do anything. I couldn't either.
In fact, you might be scared that even the person that was the child might find it weird that
you came to actually help
being in our business.
In fact, one thing that I think I did too was I was once in a bus and I stood up for an elderly person and she was like, no. She kept standing and I'm like, I just stood up for you because you were using a walking stick. She didn't sit though. I had to sit back because of course she was wondering that what's wrong with this person. Even sometimes saying thank you, or for example, somebody falls and you say, oh sorry, you'll be like, didn't curse it.
I've experienced that a couple of times at work. I'll tell somebody, oh, like she sneezed, and I'm like, oh sorry. She said, for what? I said, oh, you sneezed, so I was saying sorry. She said, oh no, you didn't curse it, that's fine. And then there was a time I was telling somebody, oh, well done. She said, what's that? Like, what for? I said, no, I was just greeting you for working. Say, oh, no, that's all right. In my mind, I'm like...
You even had, I'm being paid for it.
Yeah, in my mind, I'm like, oh, God, calm down. It's just a normal compliment and respectful way of saying, we see you, like, wait, don't move.
You've been working.
Why is everything too weird and straight to you guys? Yeah, so that's, like, how it is. So yeah, that's a solid point. Like everybody's minding their business.
Yeah.
Everyone is literally minding their business. So is there any other struggle?
I think that's
all. Yeah. So all of these struggles were set to just let people that intend to get out of their own country to a Western world know that it's not all bed of roses. These are like some, we can't obviously say everything. These are like some of the major realities that we know, that we can say as struggles that people would face when you come to a Western world. And all of these struggles, while I believe that you might be able to manage it even with information you've heard, the truth is, I don't think there is anyone that comes that would escape some of these things. I think the advantage is the fact that you know before coming. So somehow you are ready mentally, right?
Yeah, but I feel like you can't be ever ready for the kind of the cultural shock and the things that would eat you.
That would eat you,
but
yeah, true.
I would want everybody to actually bear in mind that whatever it is that you are facing, please, the first thing to do is to speak up.
Yeah,
don't think of bottling anything. And I did that, and It could have ruined things that were not meant to be ruined. That's the truth. I could have ruined relationship with people that actually mattered to me.
Wow. Just like us just ended with that, I remember I met a lady that we went to the same school and all that. So she also traveled, and so when we met, and then she was like, that she was just talking about the loneliness part. So me too, I was not like, yes, that is really so. She was not like me, that I came with my family, and I was like, no, it doesn't matter. That is really a lot. That I miss Nigeria and all that. She said, see, no matter how lonely you think you are, it cannot match up to her that is alone. And that even the stress of the Western world, you have to work so you can make money and all that. That if you are working so tirelessly, the fact that you are with your family, it feels like this is what I'm working for. Now, but if you are alone and you are going through a lot of stress, it's so burdensome. There is nobody to help you at least lay it off. There's no one to pour the burden on. Imagine you came back from a stressful work and then you are back alone to the house. There's no somebody that will say, okay, I've prepared something for you, or somebody to at least just talk to. And I saw that sincerity and pain, and immediately I was like, yeah, I feel you, and I agree with that, and I was just so grateful.
I think even for me, one thing that I feel like was really bad for me was the fact that I was jumping from one country to another. I could spend 3 months somewhere, 2 months somewhere, 6 months somewhere, and to be sincere, when you're going to an European country or maybe an Asian country when they don't speak English, the language barrier and all of those things, it's really hard because you can't communicate without your Google Translator. So that it's really, really hard. And because 3 months here, and when I'm starting to like settle
there
and know people, I have to move to another country, and I don't know where to sell this, sell that. I start researching all over.
Where is the store nearby? I can imagine, because moving, honestly, it's a total different world. You have to like learn every single thing. I remember when I just came, didn't even know how to like press the buttons that you have to press to cross, because you can't just cross the road. There are buttons and all of that. Everything was so strange to me. So I can imagine I'm getting used to it already, then boom, I'm somewhere else and I'm learning their own culture and ways too. That's a lot. But thank you so much for sharing this with us. I mean, I know that this is so much valuable for many persons, and I'm just grateful, Sha. I'm grateful that on my channel. This is the first time you'll be on my channel.
No, second, it wasn't first time. We went to buy interior design.
Do you know that I never posted that video, and I still have it on my Google Drive? And that video stressed me. It was vlog now. I was just vlogging and all of that. And that video was a lot of stress, but I didn't eventually post it. Anyways, such a beautiful reunion. And I wish you success. Hope to see you soon. Thank you for coming.
Bye.
Alright, so thank you guys for watching. Do the outro. Do you know how to?
Bye.
Try, say something.
Okay, nice meeting you, huh?
Oh my god, no, that's not it. So thank you guys for watching. It was such a beautiful time. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comment section. Also, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. So till I come your way again next time, stay blessed and be happy. Bye.